Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports. I'm your host, Robert. Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Whew, what a show. I just got done finished watching it on Fight TV. If you did not see it, you need to go buy it. I think it's worth it. Overall star rating was 3.13, which, hey, it's one of Impact's best shows of the year. 2 4-star matches. So definitely worth the watch. So the pre-show match, we had the Impact Knockout Tag Titles on the line. We had champions Fire and Flava versus Rosemary and Havok. This match was kind of put together a couple weeks ago when Havok joined Rosemary and Decay because of James Mitchell. Havok was with Nevaeh and they broke up like 2-3 months ago. When I did my preview, I thought they were going to change the titles here. Now, when this match became the pre-show match, I'm like, about that. I was surprised, but they did. We did put the titles on Rosemary and Havok. Nothing major happened in this match. Havok kind of dominated quite a bit of it because she's a lot bigger than Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan. She kind of just overpowered them. And so Rosemary and Havok are your new knockout tag team champions. I gave it 2.5. It was a good pre-show match. First match on the card, which we kind of expected, was the Impact Wrestling X Division Championship in an Ultimate X match. First Ultimate X match in 2 years. We had champion Josh Alexander versus Chris Bahh versus Rohit Raju versus Ace Austin versus Petey Williams versus Trey Miguel. Wow, what uniqueness that these guys did in this match. There was multiple spots. I'm not going to run them all down. I'm going to run down a couple big ones. Rohit, Raju, Chris Bahh, and Trey Miguel. They were in the corner. Miguel was on the top rope. Chris Bahh and Rohit Raju. Rohit kind of put Chris Bahh like he's going to powerbomb him. Chris Bahh, he could have played a powerbomb him. Chris Bahh's legs grabbed the head of Trey Miguel, and when they kind of did this double flip over, it's like, what the hell? Like Hurricane double flip, weird. There was another spot where Josh Alexander was on the center where the X title was, with an ankle lock on. Let's see who else. Everybody but Rohit was in this. You literally had 5 people with ankle locks, kind of like a chain coming out of the mat. It was just ridiculous. I don't know how they were doing it without somebody falling. Rohit Raju spent the whole match not wanting to climb. He took a rope, tried to throw a rope over it, climbed the rope like you would in a gym class, got up there, got knocked down. He was throwing a chair. I got a chair in some pipe, like a hook thing like you would find at a clothing store, and was standing on his chair trying to get the title. Let's see, who was it that was? I think it was Rohit Raju, Ace Austin, I believe it was. They were hanging on the ropes, and they got speared off, which I thought was a really cool spot. At the end of it, you had Josh Alexander, Rohit at the top, fighting for it was Chris Bahh, I think it was, fighting for the title. Bahh fell, left Josh Alexander, he got the title. Josh Alexander retained his title. It was an incredible Ultimate X match. I ended up giving it 4-star. Now, of the 9 matches on this card, for my previews, I picked 6 of the 9. So I was pretty happy with that. I picked the knockout title change, tag time title change. I picked the Ultimate X winner. Next up, we had Brian Myers and Tenille Dashwood versus Mack Cardona and a mystery. Ended up being Chelsea Green. We've recently seen Chelsea Green in Ring of Honor for the women's division tournament. She said that her arm was broke and we'll see her in 90 days, but that was like a week ago. She was released less than 60 days ago, right at 60 days ago. I did a little research during the show. I couldn't find out. She had the 90-day no-compete clause. WWE let her out of it, so she was free to compete here. Yeah, I just don't understand. So her arm, and they even mentioned about her broken arm. Yeah, it healed already. If you're going to do things with Ring of Honor and with Impact Wrestling, we don't need to make sure the storylines match, but we need to make sure the injury angle kind of lines up a little better. But hey, her and Matt Cardona got the victory here. I did say in the preview that Matt Cardona, whoever surprise was, would get the victory. I give it 2 3/4 stars. It wasn't bad. Next up, we had W.Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards. W.Morrissey, one thing he has done since he left WWE and got to Impact and do some other indie stuff, he's got into shape. He got into really good shape. If he keeps his ass out of trouble, and I can really see him maybe getting another run in WWE. But pretty talented guy. I mean, he's still not great in the ring, but he's got talent. He's got the size. He's got the look. Him and Eddie Edwards actually put on a really good match. Of course, it's Eddie Edwards, one half of the former American Wolves, so definitely can go out there and make a good match out of anyone. Willie Morrissey did get the victory here. I did give it 3 stars. So it wasn't bad at all. It was really good, really watchable. I did pick Eddie in the preview, so I was wrong on that one, but oh well. They did add a match. They added a tag match here. So Madman Fulton and Shera. Madman Fulton is with Ace Austin. Shera is with Rohit Raju. They were banned from ringside from the Ultimate X match. So I guess they were taking out on officials that they were banned. They come out, basically trying to take over the ring. Scott D'Amore come out and said, if you two would have stayed in my ring and hold my show up, we'll just have a match. FinJuice returned. FinJuice was Impact Tag Team Champions. They dropped the titles. They went back to New Japan to do stuff. They came back here. So we had FinJuice versus Madman Fulton and Shera. Really just nothing. It was pretty much nothing match. FinJuice got the victory. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5. I give it 2. I mean, 1.5, 2. So it wasn't great at all. Next up, we had Moose versus Chris Saban. One thing about Moose, he is that kind of hybrid athlete, I guess you would call him these days, who can do the power stuff, a big, bulky guy, but he can he can come off the top rope, but he can mat wrestle as well. J-Man texted me during the show, and he's like, when did Moose learn how to wrestle? I go, about a year ago. But yeah, Moose actually has been a really good wrestler here lately for Impact Wrestling. He's joked about leaving in order to be in NXT. We'll see if that goes anywhere. But he would be a guy I can see them picking up in a heartbeat. Very talented. This match was really good. Chris Saban is just an uber athlete, especially when it comes to the kind of the X Division style. He ended up getting a pinfall on Moose here. So kind of a roll up, kind of rolled to him. So Chris Saban got the victory there. I give it 3.5. It's a pretty good match. I really, really enjoyed it. I actually thought they would give Moose the win because they've been pushing Moose because they it's almost like they wanted Moose to be the one to beat Kenny Omega. But then it's like he lost all of his steam. So I don't know if he is. His contract is up or what's going on with that. But we'll see what happens. He starts getting wins again. Next up, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the World Tag Team titles. We did have a surprise in this match as well. We had the Good Brothers versus the Tag Team Champions, Violence by Design, versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack. And then Fallah, who normally teamed with TJP. TJP was out. I don't know if it's injury or what's going on with that. And they needed a new partner. So, yeah, we had No Way Jose debut at Impact Wrestling. Now, let's kind of rewind 25 years in pro wrestling. July 1996, Bash at the Beach. Even before that, even June of 96, we had a guy come in through the crowd at WCW Monday Nitro. Hey, I'm here now. Chico, Scott Hall. with the little hair down the middle. WWF sued WCW for gimmick infringement because the guy that looked like Scott Hall, or the guy that was called Scott Hall, looked a lot like a guy named Razor Ramon. Fast forward 25 years. No way. That's what they're calling him. No way. And the announcer was, "Oh, no way, Jose. It's unbelievable. He's here." What? He come out with the conga line. I mean, it was identical to No Way Jose. I'm like, so this is a gimmick infringement, but that was. I guess because it's a no name and no one gives a shit about it, that's why it didn't matter. But yeah, so No Way Jose is in Impact Wrestling. Yeah. This match was okay. Wasn't anything special. Good Brothers cheated like they usually would. Kind of like I thought. And then, like I said in the preview, Good Brothers, your new World Tag Team Champions for Impact Wrestling. I gave it 3-star. Next up, we had the Knockout title on the line. We had the Purrazzo, Deonna Purrazzo versus a mystery opponent. Now, I mean, on Impact this week, Scott D'Amore did say, Hardcore Country. He did say Crazy. He, hey, it would be iconic. So he dropped all kinds of little things. Even in the preview, I said I could see Mickey James. I could see Dr. Britt Baker. That was a rumor out there. Then I went, what I could see? I could see it being Thunder Rosa. God damn it was Thunder Rosa. I'm like, holy hell. So we had Thunder Rosa going up against Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockout Championship. This was a really good match. Deonna Purrazzo ended up retaining her title. But just seeing these two go wrestle, it's like, this is amazing, Seeing Thunder Rosa in NWA and AEW, now in Impact. I mean, the whole forbidden door, I mean, it's wide open, looks like, between New Japan, NWA, AEW, and Impact. I love it. Hopefully, even Ring of Honor. That'd be cool, too. But yeah, this match was good. I give it 3.25. Deonna Purrazzo did retain her title. I was really hoping that Thunder Rosa would win there. But I do look at eventually they're going to set up Deonna Purrazzo and Britt Baker. You have to at this point. But yeah, at the end of this match, Mickey James did come out. Told Deonna Purrazzo, she's like, you're the Virtuosa, and you are as good as you are. I am the EP for NWA Empower. I want you on the show. She basically told her no, but then they started brawling, so I could actually see that being Mickey's opponent, which I'd be all in for that. I definitely want to do what I think they should book for that card. So that's NWA Empower, August 20th, Wrestling the Chase in St. Louis, Missouri. I was looking at possibly going to it. I'll see. I'm hopefully going to go to Full Gear in St. Louis for AEW in November. But yeah, definitely do preview that show. I'm actually going to do kind of how I would book the show. So I'm going to kind of do that fantasy booking for that show with some indie talent out there and stuff. But yeah, so Thunder Rosa was in Impact Wrestling. Mickey James is back. So it looks like we get a full-on Forbidden Door open between NWA and Impact for the women, and also with AEW because of Thunder Rosa. It takes us to our main event. The Impact World Heavyweight Championship on the line and no disqualification. Sami Callihan, the Lone Desperado. Death Machine versus Kenny Omega. AEW World Champion. AAA Mega World Champion. Impact World Champion. When Kenny came out, Don did the introduction. Don Callis said, he is a deathmatch king. He's a deathmatch king. He is better than Jon Moxley. He is better than Nick Gage. Why are we saying Nick Gage's name on Impact Wrestling? Is there something coming up that I don't know about? I know Jon Moxley has showed up in Game Changer and called out Nick Gage. I know Matt Cardona showed up at Game Changer Next, I have a match next weekend versus Nick Gage. Could we see a death match of Nick Gage, Kenny Omega, Sami Callihan, and Jon Moxley? Woo. Yeah, that got me go, what? Okay, Don Callis, why isn't Nick Gage's name in your mouth? I'm yelling for that. But yeah, this match wasn't a true death match, but it was a death match. We had trash cans, we had pizza cutters, we had forks, we had tables, we had chairs, we had thumbtacks, we had a chair wrapped in barbed wire that was hidden under the stairs. But yeah, through all this, all these toys in there, pizza pans, the whole 9 yards. A rope break in another disqualification match. You heard me right. Sami Callihan went to pin Kenny Omega. It was Omega went to pin Callihan, whatever it was. They grabbed the rope. The referee stopped it. It's a no disqualification match. How is there rope breaks in a no disqualification match? Somebody please tell me. I don't understand. But yeah, Callihan cut Kenny Omega with a pizza cutter, which miraculously it stopped bleeding later on. We cut him right here. Don't know if his blood clots pretty well. I don't know. They had a fork. A couple times he got forked. Callihan pile driver through a table was a pretty sick spot. Callihan tombstone got tombstone on, or Callihan tombstone Kenny Omega on a barbed wire chair, the chair wrapped in barbed wire. So yeah, it had the spots you needed. At one point, Kenny Omega threw like powder or something in the eyes of Sami Callihan. Kenny was on the outside. Kenny, of course, he can't see. It was like burning or something. And he grabs the referee. Small package power driver on the referee. Referee's out. Kenny Omega gets in the ring, goes to cover Callihan. Referee's basically out. Another referee runs out. He kicks out. It had lots of false finishes at the end, which I kind of like because it give you the can Sami Callihan beat Kenny Omega. Not yet. Can Omega beat Sami Callihan? Not yet. I mean, just like, it's not it. What? Yeah. I mean, the fact that Sami Callihan brought a bag of thumbtacks out, covered the center of the ring with it. Kenny Omega took those thumbtacks, put them on his knee pad, and B-triggered Callihan. Then took a handful, put it in the mouth of Sami Callihan, and then B-triggered him again. But yeah, Kenny Omega, still your Impact World Heavyweight Champion. What a match. I gave it 4.25. I thought it was a great match. Totally good story. Talked about the death match. Don't know why all of a sudden they're doing that. I mean, that was a death match. But hey, you know, kind of into that scene right now. Been watching death match wrestling here lately. I know we had Ricky Shane Page, former Game Changer Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, King of the Death Matches on AEW Dark. Excalibur did a great job of getting it over who he was. Yeah, I mean, in the end, we had a surprise. We had Switchblade Jay White, the never openweight champion from New Japan Pro Wrestling, show up. Bullet Club member, current leader of the Bullet Club. There was a standoff in the ring between the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega, Jay White. It went off before we know whose side's he on. Is he with Omega or is he against Omega? We'll have to wait till Impact Wrestling to find out. So, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2021. Good thumbs up for me. Average 3.13 star rating, 2 4-star matches. I ended up picking 6 of the 9 matches. I was happy with the show. I think it's well worth it. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.